Good morning, Facebook family and friends, my faithful loyal YouTube subscribers. Today, I don't even know what today's date is. I know it's Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, the 12th of December. The year is, of course, 2017. I got that part right. Y'all know I'm old. I forget these years. Anyway, let me put this phone on mute. I don't know. I'm trying to. The last few months have been kind of, I would say the last few months have been interesting for me for the past few months, just from dealing with a couple of different issues that have been going on. Some of the stuff I've publicly discussed, some of it I have not publicly discussed. Dealing with my mother, family members, friends, relationships, just a whole lot of stuff. It can really be kind of taxing to your soul dealing with these issues. Especially if you see some of the stuff is just, there really is no positive outcome, so to speak. Some of the stuff is just, it just is what it is. You gotta accept it for what that crap is and go about your damn business. Ain't much you can do about trying to change some things that are just simply beyond your control. So a lot of stuff that I'm dealing with, it's just the issues that I'm dealing with, I don't have any control over the situations. So I've tried to explain what my experience has been like living in Atlanta for the past damn near 30 years as a black gay man in this city, in a city full of other black gay men. And it has not been an easy path. It ain't been easy for me, my friends, people I know who are gay. It's a rough road here in Atlanta for gays. Some gays financially might be doing okay, but mentally and physically, not good. You got so many of these black gay men who are addicted to drugs that it's scary. It's been like this for a while. But it's gotten worse. So when you have so many people doing drugs and drinking and partying to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in the morning every night, where are you all going? How do you function the next day? Do you have a job or income? Do you have a life? And that's when things get tricky for a lot of black gay men. Because this is a dead end life. For a lot of black gay guys in Atlanta, life is a dead end life here. It does not end well. In between the party and then the drinking and the drugs and the fucking and the fucking and the fucking and the fucking and the fucking, things don't work out too well for them. Their health begins to decline. They have all types of issues. They can't financially move forward. They can't have a career of any type. I mean, none. And then you meet guys like me who are trying to do something with their damn life, who have a different outlook of this shit. A lot of us out here, we suffer. I was woke up early this morning by one of my friends who lives in the Washington, D.C. area. He used to live here in Atlanta. When he lived here in Atlanta, we used to hang out all the time and everything. So over the years, he moved away after the right before the economy tanked. He moved to D.C. in 2006, 2007, maybe 2008. Somewhere up in there, I can't remember. But he was telling me the stories about, he's been watching my videos, he said, tell me the stories about what happened to him here in Atlanta. And I remember him telling me about this stuff back then, because I was a different person, a lot young. I really didn't listen intentionally. I was more like, I'm doing whatever. But now when he brought it back up this morning, I said, oh, you did tell me about this. But he was dating in a long-term relationship with a man who was a liar, a manipulator, who was HIV positive and didn't tell him the truth and lied and discussed. I said, I forgot all about this message before you left Atlanta. This was the reason why he left Atlanta, because of this relationship was toxic. They ended and he found out this man was positive, not disclose his status, was fucking everything, walking, just. He was living in the house with this man. They had bought a home. They were trying to. He was trying to do the right things. He was thinking family, home, life. that other homosexual that he was dating that was not thinking the correct way. So he was telling me about the story, his life in D.C. He said, well, things are not much better in D.C. He said there's a different, you're dealing with a more educated population, the income levels are much higher. It's the same nonsense that you have in Atlanta. But he said they are even worse because they're even more manipulative. And they know how to play even more games because they're a little bit smarter. So they got the income and the jobs and the opportunities and stuff. And he said there's a lot of stuff going on in D.C. So he for the past few years, he said he's kind of set out the dating scene because he just kept meeting one person after the next that was just a liar, a manipulator. He'd be giving him his all, like, love and attention-wise, and this person would run behind his back, fucking everything walking. Multiple sex partners, daily. Here in Atlanta, I had a friend who recently retired from the U.S. Postal Service. Yeah, he's a little bit older than me. I met him when I was 19 years of age. He was dating a guy who was a little bit younger. I think he was probably, let me see, I was in my 30s at the time, and he was in his 40s or something like that. He was older than me. So anyway, he used to come to my parties, and he'd bring this little cute boy with him. That was his partner. And I was like, okay, they made such a cute couple. To me, on the outside looking in, I'm thinking everything must be great with these two. This man made good money. They got a nice house. They got everything. What could go wrong? Everything. This man said this young man was just a big liar. Running around town, having sex with everything he can get his hands on. This man had made the mistake of buying a home in this boy's name. They were living together, and they were partners in a relationship. They lived together. The guy said, I don't own any real estate, and I don't own anything, so I need to own something. I mean, I'm living with you, and this is your house, and these motherfuckers they want to be independent. So he went out and purchased a home for this young man, and he co-signed on the loan for both of them. House. Brand new home. This would get him out. He was hoping that they were going to move into the house. This would be a home they both owned together. Even though he had his other house over there. This is a new construction. He thought this would be worked out. It didn't work out that way. That was catastrophe, he said. And it was just, the young man would not do right. Because he was younger than me. So my friend was older than me, dating a guy that was younger than me by many years. And I always would see this attractive guy, the younger guy. And I'm like, oh wow, he had a nice car, a nice career, a job. But when I tell you, that man was getting around Atlanta, getting some dick up his ass every damn where. Now you got a partner who's at home. He has a good paying job for the U.S. Postal Service. You all have nice homes and nice cars and nice this and nice that. You're traveling and going places, that's not good enough for you. Because you love dick so damn much, you're willing to run all over Atlanta and get it. So eventually the younger guy, contracted HIV. So my older friend, who was dating him they were in a relationship at the time, and then when it was a relationship, this man come on and said, I tested positive. He said he was like, okay. That means that you've been running around this town having reckless, unprotected sex or something going on for you to have brought HIV home. So, of course, he had to run out and get him an HIV test and find out he was negative, and he had to make a decision. Do I stay with this young fool and deal with this issue, or do I move on with my life? He had that house in both their names. So, of course, he made the decision that he was tired. He wanted to move forward from this. And he wanted to get out of the older guy, my friend, made the decision he wanted to get out of the relationship and leave it behind. So he moved out of the house and back into his own home. That he had been renting out. When Lisa came up available in that house, he left that house, moved back into his house. And that's when all the nightmare got started. Because he was constantly trying to deal with his house. He wanted to sell it. But the man wouldn't let people in and look at the house. So what he eventually had to do was he had to let that house fall into foreclosure and stop making the payments on it, so he can get this young man out that house. In the process of all this going on, with the house payments being behind and the house in foreclosure, a miracle sort of happened. The house burned down to the ground. But a fire happened to the house. It burned down to the ground, and insurance ended up covering the cost of the house. They didn't replace the house. The house was burned down to the ground and was gone, and it just basically had the lot. And I think that I don't know how that worked out, but somehow or another he ended up getting that lot. But it was still in both their names. They were both owners of the house. They did not rebuild the house. So he was now stuck with a piece of vacant land, but a house that burned down. House burned down. I'm not sure if the insurance company cleared the lot, the burned wreckage of the house away. Now, this is over time. This is not something that's happening. You have to realize, give it some months, years, and this is time that's causing these problems. The lot became a eyesore in the subdivision where it was at, because they didn't rebuild the house. Well, he didn't. So the city where this house was located at began to come after my friend for the maintenance of this lot. Now, mind you, he's trying to get rid of the lot. Can't sell it because this other fool won't do it. That he didn't want the relationship to begin with. You fucking everything walking. I'm trying to get rid of this piece of property, but you won't show up at this closing table and sign this document so we can get rid of this stuff. This went on for years. This man had to pay taxes on this lot, clean this lot, take care of this lot, and get all this stuff consistently over before finally that young man agreed for a payment of XYZ, a certain amount. He would sign this document so he can sell that lot. So my friend was in a bad predicament. He was tired of this mess. This has been going on for a long period of time. So eventually he said, okay, fine, whatever. And they went to a closing and they paid the money. He paid however the transaction took place with the selling of that lot to a builder who built a beautiful home on that lot now. It's a gorgeous house there. So out of this situation became something beautiful. But of course, neither one of them is still over it. So when I look around in this community, and I look around the Black gay overall community, and what I mean by this is being a dead-end lifestyle. And lifestyle is just being Black and gay can, for a lot of us, a lot of Black gay men, it's just dead end. Doesn't go anyplace positive. It's just stuck. So many of these guys are just so lost. And they're like that all their lives. I really do think a lot of Black gays suffer from mental issues that we just undiagnosed or diagnosed or bipolar, all kinds of shit. There's just a lot of stuff going on with these guys. And I've been dealing with them for 30 years, so I know what I'm talking about. And people, you talk so negative about Black gay men. No, I'm not. If I was a white gay guy, I might probably be saying the same thing about white gays if I was looking at it from a different perspective. Because I've always kind of not fit in the Black gay community. Because I wasn't caught up in a bunch of dangerous, reckless activities. I was going to just making money, not having sex with every man in Atlanta. What would be the purpose of that? What would that lead to? So when I was younger, I wasn't running around here with all this foolishness that these folks are doing, well into their 40s for that matter. I mean, these guys are so reckless and treacherous in these Black gay community. And and for the record, I don't know what's going on with white gays. I've never really been involved in their community. Probably it's the same reckless behavior. I don't know what's going on with Hispanic and other nationalities in their gay communities. It could be the same mess. I don't know. God had to tell me. But I can tell you all about what it means to be Black and gay. I can tell you all about what it means to be a Black gay man living in Atlanta. I can tell you all about Black gay men dealing with these treacherous, backstabbing, deceitful, low down, lying sacks of shit homosexuals. Tell y'all about that. I can tell you all about that. And I'm not the only person who's had these problems. Every day, I get a phone call, or a text message, or a phone call, or a text message, or email. Someone sharing their stories. But here's the funny part. Nobody really sends me messages. Walter, me and my lover are having such a great time, and our relationship is wonderful, and life is good. I don't hear none of that shit. Oh, but I'm sure there's people out there, because I know some guys who are having great relationships. They've been together forever. Who own insurance companies and car lots and all kinds of stuff. Right here in Atlanta. But they don't participate in the black gay community at all. You will never catch them at a black gay nightclub, a party, or a function. They don't go to that shit. In fact, you even know that. The only reason why I know these guys are gay is because when I was working in construction, I ran into a slew of brothers who own certain businesses, and I ended up using their services. And that's why I said, oh, okay, you guys come. I didn't know. Now I know. But you won't catch them at a gay event, party, or nightclub, or after-hour spot. They're not out till 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock in the morning snorting coke up their damn nose, getting fucked in the ass by every nigga in some damn sex club. I have a friend who just moved here from Florida. A young friend who just moved here from Florida, very handsome, attractive guy. And he's gorgeous. Somebody told me yesterday that man is in this sex club called the Den on a regular basis. I was shocked. I said, you gotta be kidding me. He said, Walter, that boy's over there every night. I said, why would he be there? This is a sex club where people going around having sex with different people. I thought, you kidding me? Like, no. That young man is at the Den every single night. I said, oh my God. This is what you moved here for? I thought you moved to Atlanta for your career. No, you moved to get some dick up your ass at some damn sex club on a nightly basis. Why are these guys so mesmerized by sex? I like sex, but I'm not mesmerized by it. Every working hour, I'm looking on my phone, grinding, trying to find somebody to fuck. I've never been like that. So you meet these handsome, attractive guys, and you say, okay, what are you up to? Nothing, Walter. I'm the most innocent, loving, caring person. I want a monogamous relationship. Lie after lie after lie after lie after lie. You don't want a monogamous relationship. You couldn't possibly want a monogamous relationship if you getting fucked by every nigga in Atlanta. That's not possible. I guess I got lucky to a degree because I was with Earl for such a long period of time, 21 years. That wasn't easy, but I wasn't with no reckless, crazy fool who was running around this town sleeping with every damn thing. Not like these guys today. The stuff these guys are doing today, or wearing yesterday too. This stuff, it's a dead-end lifestyle. A lot of these guys, they don't go anyplace. That young man that moved here from Florida, he has made a huge mistake getting himself involved in such a treacherous event at these sex parties and all this other stuff. This is going to cost this man his life. He doesn't understand that yet. See, I've been here long enough to see all these handsome, attractive, fine brothers perish. And they vanish. They literally go from this attractive person to a monster. Overnight. You say, wow, what happened? And between the drugs, the drinking, and the fucking, their lives deteriorate. They get various diseases that don't work out too well for them. And things don't work out. Now, as I said, there are some black gays who seem to be thriving and doing okay. There are some couples who are doing fine. The vast majority of the black gays in Atlanta and in the various other urban cities, it's a lost cause. These guys are just dead, brain dead. It's not getting better, it's getting worse. And these young brothers approach me and say, Walter, what's my next step? How do I proceed forward in the community? I was telling them to stay away. Stay away from it. Stay out the clubs, stay out these parties, stay out these functions, stay off that internet, stay away from this shit. Focus on your life and your career. Worry about dating at a later date. Go ahead and date. Maybe you might be able to find a decent person. Leave all that sex behind. Don't get caught up in that sex shit going on here. Because it will destroy you. When these guys listen, they tell me stories about their friends and the stuff that they're doing. I said, don't follow them down that path to destruction. Go your own road. I separated myself a long time, mentally and physically, from the overall gay community. The late, early 90s, I said, I can't deal with this stuff. I kind of put this wall up around me and said, okay, I can't be running around with these crazy people. People participating in this crazy shit that I see going on. I realized in my early 20s, this is insane. And it's not. So you would think that as people get older, mature, and things don't get better. For some people, it gets worse. I know guys who are older than me doing some treacherous shit around Atlanta. They need to be sitting their asses down someplace, but they ain't. But anyway, I got something in the oven. My little rack of lamb left over. I was trying to heat it up, putting that shit in the microwave. So I'm going to go ahead and eat my food. And, yeah, please don't misunderstand me. I happen to love everyone. I love the members of the Black gay community. But I know there's some problems here. I know y'all probably like, we've heard all these messages before. I don't know. I don't know if some people are actually listening to me. I know I can't get through to the vast majority of Black gay men. That's a lost cause. Just keeping it real. I done gave up on a lot of these guys years ago. Don't waste my time. I want these younger folks to know there's something different out there. That you don't have to go down that damn path. Into a dead-end lifestyle that takes you no place. That's just my thoughts and opinions. If you like my videos, click like, share them with family members and friends. Today is Tuesday, December 12th. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I love reading you all's comments and stuff that are not attacking me viciously. I have to delete those. I look forward to reading you all's comments. And let me go eat my little piece of lamb and some leftovers. I'm starving. I'm out of here, and enjoy your Tuesday.